Hello, here I've written the date in Roman numerals. It's MMXXII. And as you can see, it has a very neat and tidy representation in Roman numerals. 2022 in the modern way that we use for numbers. So we have M as 1,000, so that's 1,000 and 1,000, and then 10, and then 10, and then 2, and then 2. So 2022. So it's very tidy. Notice how they use the letters of the alphabet as numbers, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. But first to say how convenient this new system is, and in fact what an ingenious invention it is to use these special numerals and the introduction of the 0. So this tells us that there are 2 units, 2 tens, no hundreds, and 2 thousands. Now if you try to do addition or subtraction or multiplication with this, you'll find it's much more convenient than this. But in terms of artistry, especially with a nice date like 2022, this comes out very neat. So that's why I suggest it's a good time to found a new company when people put the name of their company and then the date in Roman numerals. It'll look quite artistic. Arabic numerals that we use today were introduced to Europe in the 10th century by Arabic speakers of Spain and North Africa, who were then using the digits from Libya to Morocco. Before that, as I said, people used the letters of their alphabets for numbers. And so this explains a few things that we find in the Bible. In Matthew 1:17, we read that there were 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile in Babylonia, and 14 to the birth of the Messiah. Well, what's the significance of 14? The numerical value of the name David is 14, because D is the 4th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and V is the 6th. Here's another example from the Epistle of Barnabas. So this is outside the New Testament, early Christian writings. It mentions the 318 servants of Abraham that we read about in Genesis 14:14. And so that's represented in Greek letters with a T, which stands for 300, and is the shape of a cross. And the first 2 letters of Jesus' name in Greek have the values of 10 and 8. So the Barnabas, or whoever it was who wrote the Epistle of Barnabas, sees significance in that number 318 pointing to Jesus Christ. And he does it through the fact that they didn't have these numerals that we have, but they used those letters to represent that number. So 666, the number of the beast in Revelation 13:18. In Revelation 13:18, it's written out in full in words, but if you write it in letters, with letters to stand for the numbers, 666 could be represented by the Hebrew word beast, or it could be represented by the Hebrew for Nero Caesar. So that's what they're talking about when they say, who can work out what this number is. It's pointing to those people. Okay, obviously there's a lot more that can be said about this, but not by me, and not now. Anyway, thanks for watching.